So I just finished a online masterclass session, right? I was a guest speaker at a university and I was speaking with 30 postgraduate students. And now I think of it, I think that's been the biggest number so far in terms of attendance for any of my speaking engagements. So shout out to those who joined and for those who subscribed. If you are locked in following the masterclass and the session, then thank you for joining. It's good to see you, good to have you part of the tribe. So, in the actual session, someone asked me a really interesting question that I did not think about until they asked me. So, I figured, you know what? I always say that you need to live your life like a campaign. And with a campaign, I always treat this stuff as content. My daily life is content, and I'm just here to provide the gems to help you build your level of brand authority. So, the actual question, right, was how do you build your authority faster? Like, fair enough, you establish your brand, you have your personal brand, your business brand, your campaign brand, you activate it through the phases framework, all that good stuff. But how do I do it faster? And that was an interesting question. And for me, it was interesting because of course you want to do things with speed, and they say success loves speed. And it's an interesting one when it comes down to the concept of building your brand, because we all know that the building element of your brand can take time. If you are focused on a brand that has longevity and that can be a revenue generating brand, it can take time. You need to be focused and intentional with what you are doing in order to build your brand. But for me, I'm going to answer that question right now in this video. So please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if this video is helpful, let me know in the comments below. So my advice in terms of the idea of being able to build a level of brand authority a lot more faster is to do more outreach, right? So, and with that, I think that is the most important part and the missing piece of the puzzle when it comes down to anything. You need to build your brand, right, in order to be more visible and credible to your desired target audience. And you build your brand by doing multiple things. Me doing this content and uploading one long form video every single day is a version of me building my brand through the campaign that I have showcased with you. And you are following me on the journey as I am building a 7-figure brand within 1,000 days. And within that process of doing that, yes, it's very well that I am producing said content, but I need to do the outreach. I cannot get to the end goal quicker or faster without doing the outreach. So I would say outreach is number one. And when I say outreach, there is various different verticals that you should consider when you are looking to not only build your brand, but to amplify it so you can build your level of brand authority faster. So one aspect of it, I would say, is to list out your verticals, right? So what you want to list out firstly are the various different podcasts, the various different publications that talk about the things that you do. They feature people who speak about the things that you are involved in, that you're interested in, that you have expertise in, and ultimately something that you can always talk about. And then you want to have a list of all the various different heavy hitters within your industry, right? Any influencers per se, any key people of influence within your industry. You want to have an actual list of people, right, who are ultimately going to be the most effective people for you to reach out to, because not only do you admire their work, but you perceive them to be a key person of influence within your industry and also the obvious choice. So that's where the aspect of strategic partnership comes from within the phases framework, right? You want to be able to establish and build those strategic partnerships with various different people, because in the grand scheme of things, that level of borrowed credibility is something that will allow you to grow and develop with whatever you are doing when you are building your brand. But because you are collaborating with different people and doing different things, you are then able to get more eyes on you in the process of doing that. And then through the aspects of the podcast and then the publications per se, you want to do outreach in order to get more coverage for yourself. And the more coverage that you get for yourself, the more that you are able to then redistribute and repurpose that into additional content that you can repurpose and send out through content in different mediums in different various ways, right? And then through you doing that, you are only going to attract more people to see what you are doing. And then you rinse and repeat the process of outreach. Honestly speaking, if you focus on anything for you to build your brand faster, you need to focus on the outreach and the distribution. Focus on the outreach, know who you are speaking to, know who you are sharing content with, know how you are able to provide more value for people in the process. And if you do that simultaneously in the process of you building your brand, the more that people are able to identify you as someone who is building in real time, but is also providing value. You're providing your expertise, you're providing your knowledge, you're providing your insights. All those things that people are looking for, you are able to provide that through the work that you are doing. And even in the aspects of me just finishing the masterclass, I'm recording this content after to let you know that I just finished a masterclass where I spoke with 30 postgraduate students, right? That for me, I've now turned that into a YouTube video. And we spoke about this before. We speak about this all the time on this platform. This video will ultimately become a actual article. I will talk about it on my LinkedIn. I will ask the lecturer who I collaborated with on this project to give me a testimonial or a recommendation on LinkedIn to verify and to add credibility to the fact that I was involved in the process of showcasing and sharing my expertise of what it means to build a level of brand authority, right? All those things I'm able to do just off the back of one opportunity that I managed to secure. So with that, I've done the outreach. I'm speaking to people, asking if they can provide testimonials, recommendations, if they know anyone else that can benefit from what I have to share, right? And then I'm doing the distribution. I'm distributing this content. I'm sharing with this on YouTube. I'm going to distribute this and share it on my Substack. I'm going to share it on my LinkedIn. This clip, I'm going to clip it all up and I'm going to send it on my TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube shorts. I am amplifying it to those who need to see it to let them know what I've done, why I'm doing it, and why I'm the best person for the job for any future opportunities that mean that I can share and showcase what it means to build a brand, right? And that's it. That is it. That is a way for you to do it faster. How fast it actually is subjective, right? It is subjective because the whole process of building a revenue generating brand, as I always say, takes time. It takes time and it's something you have to bear in mind in the process. And what I did mention in the session through the aspects of sustainability is you need to have your system in place for you to keep going. Because as long as you keep going and you have the systems implemented where everything is always running like clockwork, so you do not need to rely on your motivation to get things done, the more that that is in rotation and that's moving the way it needs to move, you have the opportunity to proactively reach out to people, start conversations, engage with different people and share your expertise and your experience. Look for opportunities where you can present yourself and present your skills and your expertise to the right people. And then through that, those people will then introduce you to new people, and those people will introduce you to new people. And that is all off the back of you doing the necessary outreach to let people know that you exist and that you have things to say. And when you really incorporate those into your outreach strategy, then everything else falls into place because you already have a strategy of putting out consistent content on a regular basis where people will always come across your content. And then it's only a matter of fact where they're able to put two and two together to realize not only are you the person that's producing this regular content, but now I know you because I've seen your content before. I've seen your face before. I've seen your name before. I've seen you somewhere. And then now all of a sudden you've reached out to me wanting to provide value. And then based on that, and now you provided value, not only are you someone that I saw as more visible because I saw you doing the content, but now you're credible because you helped me. You done a favor for me. So now I like you. I want to be able to help spread your message and spread your awareness as far and wide as possible. So that's it. Outreach and distribution. Focus on those two in the process of you building your brand and following the process that I share in each and every video. And then you'll get your authority. You'll build your authority fast, right? And like I said, fast is subjective, but you being able to do it in real time whilst focusing on the outreach and the distribution, you will definitely be moving a lot more faster than those who decide not to be focusing on their brand. Because I already told you the personal branding deadline, the 30th of November 2027, we do not have much time. So in the meantime, I hope this video was useful and I hope that you enjoyed. And also big up all the students again who joined to hear me talk about all things brand authority. I appreciate you all. I love this stuff. I will catch you tomorrow. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself. Take care.